Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? This is Sean. This is Monster Sports and Entertainment. Welcome, everybody. We are going to break down night 2 of Stand and Deliver, so it should be good stuff.
Did you unmute the mic?
I believe so.
If it's not blinking, then it's unmuted.
It's not blinking.
Okay, good.
Hello, hello. I'm just getting started to let everybody roll in here, so everybody knows I'm live. Hello, how's it going? Everybody say hi in the chat. I'll say hi back. Please smash that thumbs up button on the way in. You know how it goes. Please share this out. I appreciate it if you do. And we'll get going on this. It was trying to combine my thoughts all into the last 2 nights. A lot to think about. A lot going on. I'll get to my notes, and we'll get off and running in a second here. Like I said, just giving a minute for everybody to show up. Whoever's going to show up. Can't see it. Oh, you can. You can see through it, though. Cobra Kai never dies. Boom. Mark's in the house. How you doing, Mark Caliber? Good to see you. Welcome. Did you enjoy night 2? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. I want to know. I really do. It's good stuff. We're going to get off and running a little bit early, couple minutes. Get my note here. Get myself set up. Drink of water. Cheers, everybody. Rob's in the house. How you doing? Cheers. Rob, did Rob watch night 2 or night 1 yet? Probably not. Let me know your thoughts if you have or haven't. Well, let's get going. Let's get this party started here. NXT TAKEOVER Stand Deliver Night 2. Kickoff pre-show. Number 1 contender match. The winner earns a future title shot from the NXT Tag Team Champions. Brand new. Night 1, they won it. MSK Blaze McCoy, your boy, watched us. Told us a lot about MSK. I didn't know too much about them before then. It was a nice surprise to me. I really enjoyed them. They have that old school wrestling tag team thing going on, working very well together, gelling, doing their thing right, and it was very, very, very cool to see that old school feel. They were definitely a tag team. You can tell they've been working together for a long time, and the double team moves, all that. It was really cool. They won the tag team championship night 1, so that was really interesting. Breezango, the Fashion Police boys, Breezango, taking on Killian Dane and Drake Maverick. Now, here's the thing. It was kind of cool to see them. I know they were meshed together. It's one of those things where you see tag teams and you don't like them meshed together. Well, I kind of like this being meshed together for the fact that it was a little off the wall, a little unpredictable. I always like unpredictable. And to see Killian Dane to me is one of those talents that's very underused, undervalued. I really have been big on that guy since day 1 on NXT. I've pretty much been watching NXT since it turned, since episode 1. It turned from Florida Championship Wrestling into NXT. I watched at least 80% of the episodes. This year, not so much. I'm just slowly getting back into it due to the fact that there was not many fans, if any, till they sort of figured that out with the virtual fans and using the wrestlers and stuff. So it's nice to have fans back. I'm more into it now. So now I can get more back into who the hell's who. So that's what's going down there. Let me see what I got written here. It was a fun match to watch. Like I said, great to see Killian Dane in action at all. Like I said, he's a big diamond in the rough. I believe he deserves a bigger push. I think he's really, really talented. And yeah, believe it or not, Killian Dane and Drake Maverick won that match. It was interesting. What do you guys think of that match? What do you guys think of the Drake Maverick and Killian Dane versus Breezango, if you've seen it? Watched all the night 2 and half night 1. Nice, you're all caught up. So that being said, right after that, everything opens up. The show starts the same as night 1 with the lightning and the thunder and the storm thing going on. That was kind of cool. I dug that. That was pretty cool. And it was interesting. It was an interesting artist to start off the opening to this one. I absolutely knew nothing about her. I haven't heard of her or her music. Her name was Poppy something. Poppy. I don't know. It was really weird. I get why they used her because she's edgy, like NXT's edgy, so they consider her edgy and stuff. But it was almost like a 90s vibe with heavy rock and then thrash heavy metal. It was all over the board. And then she screamed partly during the opening song. It wasn't my cup of tea, but if you guys dug it and like it, that's your thing. It just wasn't my thing. I didn't understand it. And yeah. The artist was cool. Rob enjoyed the artist. See, some people like it. I just found it confusing, but it did suit what NXT brand represents. So I get why they used her. Just because it wasn't for me doesn't mean it wasn't the right choice for them and the rest of the viewers. So I get it. It was interesting. First match of the night, the ladder match for Cruiserweight title unification. NXT Cruiserweight Champion Jordan Devlin versus NXT Cruiserweight Champion Santos Escobar. And I picked Escobar for the win for this one. I've seen Devlin many, many, many times in different matches. I really like what he's done. I like what he does. I believe I could be wrong. Somebody can correct me. He was trained along with Finn Balor or by Finn Balor. So he has that whole thing going on, that vibe. And I knew absolutely nothing about Escobar. I can't lie to you. So it was interesting to see where that was headed. I'm still conflicted with the whole that there's actually still the Cruiserweight Championship. I don't know. For a while I liked it, and then I didn't like it, and now I'm sort of in the middle. I don't know. I can go either way with it. I can live with or without it. The thing about the Cruiserweight title, to me, the best way it was utilized and that whole weight class, if they're going to have a Cruiserweight weight class, I'd like back in the day when WCW used to interject them, I guess is the best word, in the middle of a wrestling card. When Nitro was on, they'd slip them in halfway through to wake everybody up. Because, Cruiserweight's lightning speed back and forth, exciting stuff going on, exciting moves. Everybody's, oh, what the hell's going on? I liked when they did that. I don't like that there was a Cruiserweight show. I don't even know. Somebody tell me, does 205 Live still exist? I hope that's died an awful death. There should be, if they're going to do it, I wish it was just done the old WCW way. Cruiserweight division title, but put it on, don't leave it to one brand. Like, it shouldn't be on NXT. It shouldn't be on SmackDown. It shouldn't be on Raw. It should be represented, that whole weight division, on every show. But those are my 2 cents. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. You'll have a right to an opinion, is what it is. And here's the little tidbit, the little seed they planted, that Shawn Michaels apparently was the one to suggest to make this one a ladder match, which, as we all know, if you're a past wrestling fan and you know all about it, in the past, oh my God, Mark Keller versus 205 Live is a thing. How do you feel about that, Mark? Do you enjoy it? Do you think it should be a thing? I don't know. Damn, I thought that like died. Where was I headed with that? Oh yeah, Shawn Michaels suggested that this should be a ladder match. So that brings us back to WrestleMania when they had to unify Intercontinental belt because Michaels had it and Ramon had it. So who was the true champion? Because one got hurt and came back and never really lost the title, yada, yada. I like that setup. That was an amazing setup to this match. That little seed planted that Shawn Michaels, the legacy of the ladder match, the man that is famous. He may not have been the first. Apparently, Bret Hart was the one playing around with the idea of a ladder match to start. So he was the one. Bret apparently brought it to the company, and they were using it in matches, but they ended up giving it to Michaels and Razor Ramon. Not mad at it. One of the best matches at WrestleMania I've ever seen. So it was kind of cool that they had him, the NXT upper management, Shawn Michaels, suggest to make this a ladder match. I love that. Read some of the chat here. 205 Live's a thing, and I'm not okay with that. I haven't seen it lately, but I kind of wish they had more matches. There you go. Rob says, I liked Michael's bare butt. I didn't even remember that part. You did. So who really liked it? I wonder who. Let's leave that there. The one who remembers it, the one who smelt it, dealt it. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. So let's see what's going on here. Right from the get-go, they use the ladder in many different ways. Try to be unique with it. You can only be so unique with a prop, a ladder. But they did it. They did their thing. They used the ladder a lot, which is good because it was a ladder match. So I really dug that part of it. And they were using it on different body parts. They went from the head to the arm to the hands to the legs. It was all over the board. So I really liked the ladder, the prop. The name of the match was used in different ways on different body parts. That was really cool. And Devlin did a moonsault off the ladder, hits it. It was like beautiful. I can picture it right now. It was just amazing the way he hit it. Hit it perfectly, executed it perfectly. It was amazing. It was a thing of beauty to see. Two of Escobar's buddies, I forget the name. They're a tag team. I'm sure Mark can help me out. The name of them, Phantasmo, I think, came out and helped them, and they beat the hell out of Devlin for a little bit, and then Devlin went back in the ring, and the boys took off. So they made it look like, because it's legal, right? It's a ladder match. It's legal. Anybody can come down and help out. You won't get disqualified. So that's the story going on in that one. It was a very exciting match. Not going to lie, lots of cool spots, lots of high flying, as you expect. Cruiserweight. I love seeing cruiserweights in that kind of a prop match, a ladder match. And how did it end? Both back at the top of the ladder at the end, touching the titles, as you see almost every title match, ladder match. Devlin falls, crashes the ladder. He crashed hard. That was a really cool spot to see him crashing, bending the metal in the heap of humanity at the end. Yeah, at that point, Escobar just climbs up the ladder a bit more, unties the titles, unhooks it. And then now he is now the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world, Escobar. He's really cool. I really enjoyed Escobar. I can see why they gave him the title. no doubt. The guy has a lot of talent. And they had a cool little end thing where his son came down to the ramp at the end, Escobar's. So it's kind of cool to see the bad. I guess he's the bad guy, the heel of it, the match. But his son came out for that moment, and he gave his son one of the two belts to hold up. It's kind of cool. Little feel good moment there. Let's see what anybody has to say about that match. Anybody added it? No, nobody added anything. So I will move on. NXT Women's Tag Team Titles match. Ember Moon, Shotzi Blackheart, and so I got the Escobar match right. My guess was Moon and Blackheart retained for the win. I wrote before the match. And the way is Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Really interesting tag team. I like the dynamic. I like the feel of the tag team. The younger Indy Hartwell getting a little push now. Nice to see. She's been working hard. An Australian girl. She's interesting. But right from the get-go, challengers right after the champs, right from the start, Candice LeRae looking solid, strong, and wrestling with purpose and laser focus. Right on Shotzi, I like to say. I think it was Shotzi. Correct me if I'm wrong at the beginning. Shotzi got the beat down for a while. And they did the whole ring psychology in tag team matches, dividing the ring in half, not letting her make the tag. So you're like, oh my God, she's going to get beat down. The champs look like they're in trouble. Here to find out what happened. He missed the whole show. There you go. Hello, hello. Welcome. Blaze McCoy is in the house. So that was really interesting, that part. I love the fact, like I said, they're using the ring psychology, cutting off people and giving the one the beat down. So they did that part. And I also noticed, little side note, that there was a African American woman ref. I love everything about that. There should be more of that. Why not? I loved it. She did an awesome job. Yeah, and they had the old school quick tag thing going on. That also. And then, of course, the dive, finally, the diving tag to Ember Moon. Ember Moon on fire, crowd digging it, crowd down for it, crowd loving it, all over that action. Challengers beating, let's see. Moon going for the Eclipse. The Eclipse is when she climbs the rope, jumps off, and does like a stone cold stunner right off the top. She'll like try to hit her. So, but while she's going up, Indy Hartwell distracts her there just in time. The next thing leading up, I hate the fact when they're doing too much. I really liked where they were headed. But of course, since it's special, they have to have big spots. No, you don't. I really don't believe that. I really don't. Rob said she did good. Blaze is here. Everybody say hi to Blaze. The one spot with they had in the corner, the tower pile up, everybody on top of everybody, the superplex off the top with everybody piled up. Didn't need it. It looked bad. It was not executed that well. I don't know if it was just bad camera angle or what, but they were trying to make Indy Hartwell look better, I guess. I didn't feel it. I wasn't down for it. I didn't enjoy that part. That wasn't necessary. It just wasn't necessary in that match. I'm sorry. It's been done way too many times also. How come whenever there's a woman tag team match or multi-woman match, even like a triple threat, More than triple threat. You know what I'm saying? Like a no tag situation when there's a bunch of women in the ring at the same time. They always have to have the Tower of Doom thing in the corner. No, you don't. I don't believe that. Tree Fitty, thank you for the share. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah, the ref was really good. One thing that was really cool, one move that Indy Hartwell did very well. She threw one of the girls in the ropes and did like almost like a pop-up spine buster. That was kind of cool. Blackheart tagged clearing the house. You could feel they're headed for some sort of ending soon. You could feel it in the air kind of thing. And Champ's double team move so close to a pinfall at that point. So close. And then there was a double eclipse by Moon. There's another. It was bad. It was quick enough, and the camera angle changed quick enough that you question it. Did she hit it? Did she not hit it? It looked like she missed both, but they both sold it. Go back and watch that. Let me know if they hit it. To me, it looks like it was a total miss. I don't know if they did hit it. The camera person did a bad angle on it. No need for a double eclipse. Hitting one properly would have been the better option. And then the other tag team partner getting rid of the other person. Didn't need a double eclipse. Oh, I don't know. Those are the two negative things I have to say about the match, I guess. But double eclipse by Moon, this is their big ending. They're bringing it home here. Blackheart off the top rope with a senton after a sneaky legal tag and gets the pin, and they retain. So I did get that one right. Fun match to watch. Was way better than I was expecting. Just those two little things that were unnecessary. What the hell do I know? I'm just your nosy Canadian neighbor. Up next, we got NXT North American title match. Bronson Reed, who won the night before, a gauntlet match. He had some momentum going into this. I believed he could win this. I really did. Versus Johnny Gargano. My guess was Bronson for the win. Because it just felt right. It felt like if it was going to happen, it was going to happen then. Gargano came out right after high-fiving with who he came out with. I don't even know the name of the guy. I really don't. I missed the name of the guy he came out with. Like I said, I'm trying to get back into knowing everybody's name and stuff. Maybe Mark can tell me who the hell he high-fived in the ring. Bronson doing what he does best, the strong, powerful moves right from the beginning. Very cool. And it was really neat. Speaking of, we spoke of Bam Bam Bigelow yesterday and what he reminds of us. Reed was thrown into the ropes. He came off. He did that big man cartwheel reversal to get out of the way and do. Bam Bam used to do it all the time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't know what I'm talking about. If you've seen Bam Bam do it, you know what the hell I'm talking about. They'll throw him off the ropes. Instead of getting hit with something, he'll do a cartwheel to get out of the way, like an evasion technique. It was really cool, well done. Hartwell did well. I see what you did there. Nice. Gargano with his typical strikes, quickness, technical moves, what we would expect from a match from him. Very even match in the early middle. Reed. Okay, this is when the story of the match, the psychology breaks down. Reed gets hurt with his ribs on the announcer table on the outside. So that's where this was headed. Really selling that point. Like he really hurt them bad, real bad. He was grabbing his ribs during the match even. He was really selling that point that the ribs were hurt. And of course, opportunist, as the champ would do, a good champ would do, go after that body part. And that's exactly what happened. The midsection. And then every time Reed would do a powerful move, like a suplex or whatever, he would sell like, oh my God, that hurt me just as much as I hurt that guy. So I really like that. Radio Rex is in the house. He's here to annoy Blaze. Hello, Radio Rex. Woo-hoo. So that was interesting. Reed, I don't know the name of Reed's finisher is pretty cool. Reed does like a suplex into a Samoan drop combination. It was mind-blowing, like the quickness to pull that kind of thing off. It was really cool. And Rob, since you've seen it, was there anything that you liked about this match with Reed versus Johnny Gargano? Gargano escaped, armbar locked in the center of the ring, makes the bottom rope. Ref breaks it up. Reed on the outside launches him. Goes for the splash off the top with a miss. Super kick, Gargano. And then he kicks out. I thought it was more than over at that point, I wrote, which was true. I fell forward. I thought that was one in the ending. And then he tried again with a second attempt splash. But the distraction from the outside helped from Gargano's man on the outside. That gives him the slight advantage. So we have the rib thing going on. Him really selling it. The champ going after the ribs. So we kind of know where this is headed, but hope not. I still had hope. I still had belief at that point that Reed could pull this off because he's a big dude. I believe his name was Austin. And then Gargano's getting pinned, and Austin on the outside puts Gargano's leg when the ref wasn't looking, so ref had to stop the count. He had pinned him. So it was really, really well thought out match. Really enjoyed it. Reed snaps, goes after both on the outside. Then Reed went for another shout out. This guy is a big Bam Bam fan with a cartwheel reversal that Bam Bam would do. And they didn't call it. I don't know. I guess they're not giving credit where credit's due, or I don't know what's going on. But he went up to the top. Instead of doing his normal like Kamala style splash, he went up and he did the one leg on the top and then flung himself at an angle. So he did a moonsault. That was a Bam Bam assault. That's exactly what that was. He did an old school Bam Bam Bigelow moonsault, which was like, holy damn, I haven't seen that since Bam Bam did that. So that was kind of cool. And he thought, oh my God, he's going to hit it and win it. Bam Bam assault missed Gargano again, not having big man luck on the top rope. And of course, couple springboard DDTs, the finisher by Gargano, and boom, shakalaka. Champ retains. So that's how that one went down. To me, that was the best match of the night up to that point. I really enjoyed it. Rob, first time really watching NXT. So what did you think of the quality of matches? So there's that. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for joining me. If you're new, smash the thumbs up button. Please subscribe. Come say hello in the chat. You can be part of this interaction here. Talking NXT, Stand and Deliver, Night 2. If you missed the Night 1 review, go back. It is on our playlist, live sports playlist, I believe. Still great to have you all here. I appreciate you guys. So NXT title match, Karrion Kross. Karrion? I believe it's Karrion. Yeah, see, the old school independent. It almost feels independent, but it's not. I love that. Exactly. It feels different, right? It has a whole different vibe with an audience, I agree. NXT title match, Karrion Kross versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor champ. Cool pre-match video package leading up to that match. Interesting interest music. Black and white filter on the camera, and Scarlett comes out. I had Finn Balor retaining for that match. And as we find out, you'll find out. Interesting interest music, like I said, cool black and white thing. Scarlett, first time me seeing either of these two. If anybody knows who or what they were in another Wrestling Company, please let me know in the chat. I have no clue. I haven't seen them up to that point, either of them. Like I said, I'm just getting back into this since the whole Rona crap went down and they screwed up NXT. I could only watch half of it because it was half on here and then half on the network, and I couldn't watch the first half. Anyway, I'm slowly getting back into this, trying to figure out who the hell everybody is, and I'm enjoying it. I'm really into it. Hated the banging on the board banging. So I love the whole lead up to this. Games, smiles, slaps. There's a lot of like head games going on. Smiles, slaps, mocking each other. It was very what you can do, I can do better kind of thing. One trying to outmind the other one and get in the other guy's head, but the one guy would smile and then the other guy would just smile back. Nana boo boo, basically. Cross has a comeback after a near fall. Powerbomb. Balor working. See, before they said what they were similar for, they both had a dislocated arm. I'm not sure if Karrion Kross had to go for surgery for that, or was it kayfabe to lead up to this, saying this is why we're similar. I don't know if the guy was really hurt. I have no idea. I really don't. But they had that whole planting a seed in the back of your head, letting them know they both had arm surgery. So sure enough, Finn Balor goes right for that weak spot, right? The arm of Kross. So that was played a lot into this match. And Balor, back and forth, like I said, the whole thing. Balor with a coup de grace connects on Kross and do a submission on Balor, and he gets out of it. Scarlett, great presence on the outside. I really like what she brought to the match, her screaming and getting her man behind, and she looked really concerned. She did her job. Scarlett was there, and then Kross with a 2 knockout. This is his finisher, which I love. Anything a hard looking hit, not even like a hard move, like a really that looked devastating. I like a large, big, hard hitting move, and this dude just steps back. The guy, even I like the fact his finisher is shady. It's a little shady and dark because you shouldn't punch somebody from behind or hit them from behind. Like, do it to their face, be a man. But I love the fact the opponent's turned around backwards and he just runs up and cranks and just forearms the back of the neck and head. It looks really, 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 really devastating. So he did, of course, like they did throughout the whole night, to give people credibility and they're worth it. They always had to hit them with a double finisher. So he picked him up basically, or waited for him to get up, ran back, whacked him again. Looked like he really knocked his ass out. It was really cool. Really enjoyed that. It was very intense, a very cool match. I don't know what was better. I guess if I have to pick one match, that now became the match of the night. But the one before is damn close. Can't lie to you guys. And last but not least, unsanctioned match, no rules, no liability. Here we go. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, former Undisputed stablemates. Pretty great match interview storyline. Hit it up. I enjoyed night 2 more than night 1. I can tell you that much. Night 1 was good. It was feel good, fun. I was like, but it made me more excited for night 2. And night 2 did not disappoint. I guess Cole for the win in this one. They have a bunch of security, so they're trying to put the old, this is dangerous and this is like going to be crazy and we're here just to protect everybody and everything, and even the wrestlers themselves. Excuse me. even the wrestlers themselves. So that was pretty cool. With the extra security, which we all know. So everybody working in the back got a security jacket lined up. Anyway, the outside action, beating the crap out of each other, chair shots, guillotine on the steps was cool. That was a cool spot. Kyle O'Reilly locking in guillotine on the steel steps on the outside. So as we know, the pinfall, this can happen anywhere. Anything could happen. Unsanctioned match, basically meaning the WWE won't be held liable for any legal action or can't be sued. So it was a brawl, but unsanctioned. And then they brought out the chain. There was a chain, so it gave me flashbacks of Nikita Koloff days when they used to do the Russian chain match. So the chain was in play, which is really cool. Legal low blow, of course. Adam Cole had to leave it all out on the line, all out in the ring. Anything's legal. Had to reach the low hanging branch of the tree. Boom, low blows Kyle O'Reilly. So that happened. And then he followed up after the low blow with a super kick, and Kyle O'Reilly kicks out. Kyle's head was in a chair on the mat. I'm just trying to give you guys the major things sticking out in my head, not the whole thing. On the chair, the mat took out the ref. Adam Cole took out the ref, told him to shut up. Cole goes up to the second, does his Panama Sunrise Canadian Destroyer, I guess what it really is, off the second. Sunrise, and then he pins. He's pinning him, and the crowd's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like he could have pinned and won him at that point. But Cole knocked out the ref. So now he gets back on the ref, trying to wake the ref up. Wake up, ref, wake up. But he did it to himself. So it was beautiful. And then there was another spot where Adam Cole grabs the steel chair and he just flings it on the outside when they're on the outside. And it didn't even look like he even got his hand up to protect himself whatsoever. Kyle O'Reilly gets big, like literally you hear thud, steel hitting bone and flesh. That chair knocked him, had to have knocked him for a loop in real life. Like it nailed him. That was a really cool spot. And then while they're on the outside, guillotine on the outside, Cole slams them both through the entrance, steel floor. So that was the big, whoa, what the hell's happening here moment. Loved it. The whole floor collapsing and them going through was really cool. I really enjoyed that part of the match. I love the steel chain coming out. Not often in a match do you see a steel chain. So it's been a while since I've seen that. And I guarantee both these individuals took at least a couple years off their careers with this match. It was good. They probably, yeah. And then I put, they left their mind, body, soul, heart, everything into the match. So I was like, I'm even more confused now. What is the match of the night? It just got better and better and better each match, or equal. Like the last 3 matches we just went through. I can tell you. Like, I don't understand. But anyway, at the end of it, chain wrapped around the leg of Cole's head into a steel chair. Boom, 1, 2, 3. Boom, shakalaka. We have a winner. Kyle O'Reilly wins it. Very interesting, unique, very decisive, believable win. It was really cool. Now, it's going to be hard. But if you have to pick one, if I have to pick one, it's definitely the unsanctioned match with Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. That was my match of the night. There you go. It was hard for me to pick, but that is my winner chicken dinner for that. And yeah. Oh, DMX passed. R.I.P. DMX. Yeah, I heard yesterday they were doing brain scans to find out what the chances were, and the chances weren't looking very well at that point. So they had to make tough decisions was the last thing I heard. So I pretty much had to guess that. And I believe the Queen's husband died too, 99 years old. Seen the dude coming back from the hospital in the car like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Like, man, that guy looked dead in the car. I don't want to be rude or graphic or ignorant. He looked like Skeletor. He looked like a dead man sitting in a car. So no surprises there, but RIP definitely. And RIP out to DMX and his fam. Damn. That's terrible. So anybody want to jump on quick for 15 minutes to talk about last night? No, I did. It's good. I had no clue. Rob, check your Skype. We'll have 10 minutes here. 10 minutes if you want to jump on to talk about your thoughts of night 1 and 2. I like to get somebody else's opinion of it all. Give you a minute. If you jump on, you jump on. There he is. Hello. So tell me, night 1 or night? Oh, you only saw half of night 1, right?
I have to mute the other channel or the other window.
You only seen half of night 1?
I only seen half of night 1.
So from what you know, it's not
the first 2 matches. I don't know how long night 1 was, but I definitely seen the first 2 matches.
It was the same time. They went from 8 to 10.
Yeah, that's making more sense. Okay.
And they had the pre-show. They have the pre-show from 7.
I didn't watch the pre-show. Well, I guess I watched the end.
They did a pre-show with only one match.
Then I did watch the pre-show then.
So from what you've seen so far, I don't know what you've seen or didn't see.
I've seen all of 2.
So, okay, let's go all of 2 then, since that's what we're talking about anyway. What would be your match of the night?
Oh, that last one. I kept thinking you were talking about that last one because I don't know the wrestlers. So when you kept talking about the injured arm, I was like, yeah, that last one had an injured arm. But then so did the other match. So, and because I don't know the wrestlers, the only ones I really liked that I knew was the Finn Balor one. And it's kind of upsetting to see that a superstar of his caliber that was in bigger federations in such a small league. But at the same time, it's giving that league credibility. That's what I'm really learning to like NXT.
Well, but here's what you're failing to understand. In WWE's mentality as a business model, they say, like, their perception and what they're trying to do is make it as equal as SmackDown and Raw. So no longer is NXT down here. There's NXT, SmackDown, and Raw all on the same level. So to do that, you need those top stars there to, like you said, legitimize it all, right?
Yeah. I do like
to bring it to that level. You need those people. And I can guarantee Finn Balor wants to be there because you know what?
All eyes are on him.
The amount of money that dude made, this is fact, on merchandise alone in NXT was way more than anybody made. And he makes a percentage as bonus on his merch, as most do. But if he's selling way more merch doing NXT, why the hell wouldn't he want to make more money?
True.
So there's a lot of reasons and a lot of things we don't know, right? There's a lot of things we don't know his reasoning behind it, but I would guess that's some of it. So I totally love that. So like you said, so what were your reasonings that you would say top two? Your reasoning behind what did they call it? Unsanctioned match. Why?
Well, you can tell that you didn't know if it was choreographed or not. I do think that going through the stage was planned because the way he picked him up right at the edge of that one gap.
Yeah, he got his head and did the guillotine, right? So the way
perfectly into that one quarter panel or that thing. And then when they dug him out of the ramp, that was even better because you can't plan that because they didn't make it easy to break that board on the side. And I don't want to give too much away for the ones that didn't watch it.
Well,
but
this is why we're here. I did a review. I gave all the winners.
Yeah. But to watch the action was definitely something to see. So yeah, don't just take our words for it. Go check it out.
Yeah, definitely go check it out. Oh, it says a Mad Echo Rob.
Yeah,
I don't hear an echo, but maybe he does.
No, I had too many things on. I had the other window open and stuff.
Yeah, if you have a bunch of windows open, it echoes. And we're adding Blaze. Blaze is jumping on with us. Let's see what he has to say. Hello, hello.
He's being very quiet.
Yo, what's up?
How you doing? Thank you for telling us about that issue.
Yeah, you got it.
I would have never known. I would have never known.
It wasn't really bad. I had an extra window open too, but when I closed it, it was still some echo. But like I told you, I didn't really see the show, but I did just look up the preview for SmackDown tonight. So I think that's something we could talk about for a minute.
Yeah, definitely. I have no clue, so this is good.
Number one, they're going to have, of course, which is kind of understood, you're going to hear from Daniel Bryan, Edge, and Roman Reigns about their fight for night 2.
Okay, cool. But wait, before you move on, pick your winner for that match. Go.
It's Roman Reigns.
Okay, Rob.
Although I'd love to see Bryan or Edge win.
Roman Reigns is my new current present day favorite wrestler after The Undertaker retired, so it's got to be Reigns.
He's so over. How can you not keep him heading towards a possible fight with The Rock or something like that at SummerSlam or next Mania?
I'm upset with it. I want to see Edge because it's been his 10-year anniversary since he came back, kind of thing, and since he won something. Anyway,
that's I'm sure with most of the fans. I mean, that's one thing we're not going to hear tonight on SmackDown as much as we'll finally hear Saturday and Sunday is the fans' real reactions, not this canned shit that they're putting whatever they want you to hear.
Yeah, whatever they want you, right? Exactly.
Good because I'm pretty sure you would have heard a lot more boo. Even though there's a lot of young people that like Bad Bunny, he would have been booed like crazy in arenas. That's just my idea. I think they would have booed him in some of those segments, and probably the Braun and Shane segments might have got booed too because it was just so terrible. And him mocking the stutter of Braun and calling him a dumb and stupid and all that stuff. It's just dumb.
I was thinking that yesterday and the night before of how much of that's piped in.
Yeah, like pretty much all of it. I mean, in the NXT, the last 2 nights, they have, like I said last night, there's a little bit of a crowd, so they are pumping in some stuff. And I don't know if you noticed when Adam Cole came out, he has new music now because he's kind of a heel turn. He completely missed his boom with the thumb.
Oh, I see. I did.
So he's jumping up onto the ramp, onto the apron when boom, and the song already hits. And normally he's right on with that, and it always really makes the entrance. But he missed it completely. But he still did his boom, but it was very anticlimactic. And that's one thing I want. When I just watched a little bit of Summer last night, the music at the beginning and some of the entrances are really awesome. Like they nailed it with entrances last night.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of the little tank thing, but it sold well. I really like the mask that Ember Moon had with I don't know if it's a dinosaur mouth or something. It moved when she talked, and that was very cool when she came down like that. She's one of my favorites. I'm always been a big
she's an amazing talent. Like no wonder they're throwing belts at her.
Also tonight, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, which I said should have been on Mania, but they're going to do the Women's Multiple Tag Team Championship. And you know me, if you've watched LTD, I'm all about the multiple man matches. I don't mind those at all. It's for inclusion to get more people involved. But the champions, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, will defend their titles against the Street Profits, the Alpha Academy, and Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio.
Okay, pick your winners.
My first guess would be how, for the first time ever, a father-son World Tag or SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So Rey and Dominic.
I think that's where they're headed, but I believe more deserving would be the Street Profits winning it back.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of the Street Profits. Blaze wears their pants.
Yeah, true enough.
And Alpha Academy, I mean, that's the whole find a place for Otis. And I mean,
Rob, do you know anything about those tag teams that we just listed?
Kinda. I know those Mysterios, but I didn't know that there was father and son.
Yo, you didn't know the Mysterios were father and son?
And now Dominic's been around long enough where I think they can put a belt on him. I'm glad they didn't do it when he first came out. You know, like even one of those smaller, lower tier belts.
You think he's ready?
I mean, if they're going to do it, why not do it on? Well, I mean, it should be at Mania, like I said, so they could get the big pop for the. And they mentioned it on, I think, was it Raw the other night, that it could be the first ever father son. So that's like a big foreshadowing, in my opinion. They don't mention stuff like that if it's not going to mean something down the line.
I agree.
So if I were to guess, it'd be that. You know, there's no reason for Dolph and Rude to have. Even though I love Dolph Ziggler and Rob Roode, they're two of my favorites for a really long time. I think they've been underutilized for a long time, but to see them as champs is good.
I agree. For booking purposes, I would say Mysterios.
And then another match that I think should be at Mania, but it'll be tonight, is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yes, that should always be.
Don't you hate that they're like taking away that whole?
I mean, I've read the articles of people like, how pissed would you be if you're? Well, here, let me name. I'll name all the. But any of these names would be pissed that Bad Bunny has a spot at Mania and they don't.
Yeah, isn't Shinsuke in it?
Well, here, I'll give you the list. There's only 22 of them here, so I think there's probably 8 more, maybe go to 30. I'm not sure how many they're planning on doing. But there's only
LT versus Bam Bam. Remember that?
Yeah, there's 22 listed here. So you have Akira Tozawa, Angel Garza, Cedric Alexander, Drew Gulak, Elias, Eric, Grand Metalik.
So now we know up to then who's not winning. Keep going.
Yeah, Humberto Carrillo, Jackson Riker, who I loved when he was Gunner over on Impact. He's a vet and all that good stuff. He's a great character. I like that they're finally using Riker a little more. Jey Uso, Kalisto. It's good to see Jey Uso not in a main event for a change. King Baron Corbin, Shifty's favorite wrestler. Lindsay Dorado, Mace from Retribution, Murphy, Mustafa Ali, Ricochet, Shelton Benjamin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Slapjack and T-Bar from Retribution, and Tucker. That's 22 names, so they might just stay at 22. I'm not sure. I'd like to see maybe RVD pop in there because he can still go, and he just got in the Hall of Fame. Maybe a couple other people, you know, some legends or
a couple surprises would be.
Yeah, a couple surprise, maybe an NXT person or two. You know.
So out of those 22, who do you have winning? I know what my pick is. I just wanted to hear you guys first.
I mean, in a battle royal, I mean, if you just pick talent overall, I'd say it'd be Shinsuke or Ricochet, two of the guys. But in a battle royal, a lot of times they give the bigger guys a better idea. It depends on they're all just coming out at once. I guess it's not like a rumble; it's just a battle royal.
Yeah, they'll be all out same time.
But unless they bring in someone that these are
so they're not going to want more than 22 if they're all in the ring the same time.
If I'm talking Vince McMahon style, Baron Corbin, because he's the guy he likes to put over all the time, and he's in top angles right now with the champions.
I would like to see Jey Uso get his props. I would like to see Jey Uso win.
Yeah, I'm sick of seeing Jey Uso in all the main events. They've done that over and over and over and over for the past how long with
yeah, Roman? But he deserves the next level.
I don't know if they're going to do it or not. I mean, then you got Jimmy coming back. Whenever he comes back, are they going to go back to tag team? Or are they going to both push them both as singles? What I would like to see, and if you look at them, Dijakovic, who I believe is T-Bar, or Mace, who is I forget his real name now. It's slipping my mind. But those two, I'd love to see them go back to their real names, or maybe fight each other and really disevolve this whole retribution thing. Dio Madden, that's who the big guy Mace is. He was on commentary for a while in WWE, but he's a huge force. That Dijakovic would be a perfect for me. Now that T-Bar is a fucking horrible. Sorry about my language, but it's a horrible name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
So is Slapjack. Bring those three guys back with their real names.
It reminds me of that alien. I don't know if you ever heard of the alien J-Rod.
Yeah, it's just bad.
J-Rod, the alien. Like,
it was good to see them breaking up, but Mustafa Ali's in there also. And the thing is, those three just turned on him. So I'm expecting something with those four as well in this match. But I mean, how can you not have that at Mania, man? I know the idea behind all this with the NXTs and the Hall of Fame is one big Mania week. So, I mean, I'm sure if you ask any executive in WWE, they're saying, well, it's all part of one big event all week.
Since you mentioned it, what was your favorite speeches at Hall of Fame? Rob, did you watch Hall of Fame?
Yes.
So
I did it as a test to make sure that we actually were able to watch the WWE content.
Top three. Pick your top three Hall of Fame inductions.
Good, Rob.
Oh, boy. Well, I really liked RVD because he almost became my favorite wrestler because of the initials RAM, RVD. You know.
But whose speeches did you like the best?
RVD's had a really good one. JBL, he was kind of in character, but he did bring back a lot of past and believability to the times when I did like wrestling. I still like wrestling, but I just loved it even more when I believed Vince McMahon was just a commentator, not the owner.
Yeah,
that just shows you how long ago I liked wrestling.
See, I'm too young. I don't remember that era.
Yeah, we're not 60 like you, Rob.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm 60 now?
Happy 65th, everybody, to Rob.
Oh, I mean, I have the list
Happy
here.
70. Happy 70.
I had the list here.
By the end of the conversation.
Just to refresh memories, we had 2 Warrior Awards, Titus O'Neil and Rich Herring, the guy from behind the scenes.
Oh, I like Titus.
Celebrity Wing was Shatner and Ozzy, and then you had Jushin Thunder Liger, Eric Bischoff, British Bulldog, Great Khali, JBL, the Bella Twins, NWO, Molly Holly, RVD, and Kane.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
refresh memories.
So the three
TGIF, Mike, cheers.
Yeah, my three would be RVD, Titus. Oh, and what was that other one? I already said them all. There, I said 3.
Yep.
How about you, Blaze?
You can throw Molly Holly out the window. I didn't really care for hers. I don't think she's Hall of Fame worthy. Also, she was a great fighter.
You notice how they have a legacy wing that they just throw, like you said, Dr. Death Steve Williams in a freaking legacy wing?
Yeah, there was talk also of having 2 other wings added later on, possibly. And I don't know. I'm kind of torn about it. It might be good or it might be overkill, but one would be a show. So having WrestleMania 34 or one of these shows or different pay-per-views that will go into the Hall of Fame as the greatest ones. And another one I like even better is matches. Like if they say Ric Flair versus HBK that match goes into the Hall of Fame as one of the greatest matches.
Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair, right?
Yeah, there is talk of that. I'm not sure, but I love Bischoff. His little coin phrases and stuff. His smile and some of his little digs were hilarious.
Okay, but Bischoff is definitely on mine. Bischoff.
New World Order. They had great shtick like they always do. Teasing, fighting, and Mania and stuff was funny. I think it took a little bit off of it. It wasn't as long, which was good because they didn't rattle off. But not having people introduct them like their friends and stuff like that. They had some interviews in the back was okay, so that wasn't bad. And then people like
I like that forum. I liked it better.
Shatner, Osborne, Liger, they weren't there, so you just got that little clip from like a second from wherever they were. Them putting Liger in is great because he was not a big WWE guy. I mean, he was there for a while, but he's more known for what he's done overseas in WCW. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a good one to see that. But I mean, Kane did a great job as well, and I'm a big RVD fan. So I picked like half of them.
That's
My top 2 were, believe it or not, well, obviously Eric Bischoff, I think, did an awesome job. And
It's funny he was just on AEW a month or so ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was asking questions on that panel thing.
And then the Bella's speech to me was amazing. I really enjoyed the Bella's speech.
So I missed theirs. I caught the end of it. I had it on mute.
You should have listened to it. It was
No,
really
I'm kidding.
well, it was really
It was
well
a joke.
done.
It was a joke about their looks.
Oh. Yeah, did you see when Nikki even thanked John for training her?
Yeah, but I'm a big Brie. I'm always a big Brie fan. I love Brie. I always love Brie better.
Brie's been my favorite.
Yeah,
Brie was like been my favorite. Like, even not picking a twin, like a woman wrestler. Brie.
I think what spoiled me for Nikki was the TV show that they had, and just realizing what a bitch she is, and she's a little more plastic than Brie. Yeah. And Brie comes with that wholesome side as well. It was like she was almost forcing some of the character sometimes when she had to be a badass, because when you see her with Daniel Bryan and holistic light living and crap like that, like she's so down to earth and cool. That's what really.
She's very endearing, right?
Yeah. She's more like the girl next door.
Exactly.
Nikki's more like the whore next door.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I totally.
Or the Kardashian type. You know what I mean?
I agree. Hello, Tito. How you doing? Welcome.
Good to see you, Tito.
So continue on with your what's going on in SmackDown. Well,
that's basically it. They have the they don't have a lot of matches listed. I think, my personal opinion, I hope I'm wrong, it's going to be nothing but hype for Mania. Watch Mania. You know, go buy Peacock. Here's.
I am not buying Peacock. I refuse.
And there's only going to be, maybe a handful of matches, and those matches.
Do you happen to have WrestleMania card?
Yeah.
In hand?
I can in just a second.
We'll quickly go through our predictions. Just why the hell not? Because I'm not going to be back on here to do that. So.
All right.
If you want to say who you want to win and who you think is going to win, or maybe it's the same. I'm just going to pick who I think is going to win. Who I think they're going to book to win. That's the way I'm going to go with it.
All right, so I'll say the match, and then you two say who you think is going to win, and then I'll say mine, and we'll move to the next.
Cool.
And we'll go Sean and then Rob, just so we have some kind of order. All right, Tag Team Turmoil, Night 1. Naomi and Lana, Mandy and Dana, the Riot Squad, Natalya and Tamina. Sean?
Who's with Lana?
Lana and Naomi.
Here's my pick. Lana and Naomi.
I feel you on it. All right, Rob.
I'm going to say the same.
No, okay. I'm still thinking that tonight they might add Carmella and Billie Kay, and if they do, my pick would be those two, just because it's surprise. But if it's not, give me the Riot Squad. They need an angle.
They definitely need that title.
Yeah, the other ones, Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke already fought the champs. Naomi and Lana already fought the champs. The other one I could possibly see is Natalya and Tamina, because character-wise, size-wise, Tamina, the larger, I mean, they match up good with Shayna and Nia.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be another, but I want the Riot Squad. All right. They made this a steel cage match. Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman. Sean?
Braun.
Rob?
Yeah, it's kind of clear that Braun should win because he's the wrestler, but I've seen Shane win, so I'm going to say Shane.
It's always got to be about a big spot. So someone's going through the cage. I think Braun throws Shane through the cage, so they have a reason to climb the boat. And then I'd love to see both of them on the boat and Braun get thrown off the boat instead of Shane.
That'd be a nice twist.
They can always trick a landing spot that you don't see, where they land on something fluff and then show them all beat down.
True.
Raw Tag Team Championship, New Day versus AJ Styles and Omos.
I know the favorite on the streets is Omos and AJ. I'm going New Day.
Rob?
I can't see New Day constantly winning, so I'm going to go to the other one.
Yeah, I'm going to stick to my story from, it's not what I think should happen, because it's a tag team that's never fought in an actual match as a tag team. They do not deserve to be tag champs.
It's not what you think, it's who you think is going to book to be one.
But I think it's, like I said last night, AJ and Omos, the story would make more sense if Omos destroys the New Day and And then I would like the Big E comes out and faces off at Omos at the end, but AJ and Omos win. Next up is, I think, could be the match of the night. And they're both great workers. It's
Let me guess.
Cesaro.
Cesaro, yeah.
Cesaro
I knew
versus
right since the match of the night.
Yep. Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. Sean?
Seth Rollins. I hate that this is going to happen. I hate they're going to book it that way, but they're going to give it to Seth.
Rob?
Agree.
I'm going to go the other way because I've heard rumors.
I hope you're right. Please be right.
I've heard rumors of a big Cesaro push to a title opportunity.
Finally?
So for him to, and I think it's too late, in my opinion. He should have been a long time ago, but I'd be happy now because he is one of the best workers out there. He's got the Dolph Ziggler syndrome, if you ask me.
Better late than never.
So who better to push him up into the main event picture than someone who's been in the main event picture for a long time, like Seth?
I hope. Nobody hopes you're more right than me.
I'd love to skip this match completely, but Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and John Morrison.
Oh God, I'm praying they let Miz and Morrison win, but they're not gonna. Bad Bunny and Priest win.
Okay, Rob.
Just like Sean said, it's based on how we think the WWE's
booking it.
So yeah.
Well, on Raw, the Miz and Morrison embarrassed them. You know,
I really like them together.
They painted the car and all that stuff and got one
payback.
over. So normally whoever gets one over last ends up losing. So I see with the angle going that Damian comes in and does something amazing and Bad Bunny gets the pin. Unfortunately, but that's what I see.
Yeah, so he's going to get the win. Yeah.
So like Damian will end up taking out John Morrison somehow. Miz will be out of the picture, and like Bad Bunny actually gets the pin. And then we'll see if the fans really like Bad Bunny or not, because it'll be
wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be amazing?
A big boo and Bad Bunny would be hilarious to me.
It'd be totally funny
because they're going to do a lot of cardboard cutouts too to fill in the arena.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, but it's not going to be total capacity. But there will
be
better
than last year.
There will be a lot of people, but there will be cardboard cutouts too, which I like because I want to see a full crowd. Mm-hmm. All right, semi-main event, if you will. Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, SmackDown's Women's Championship.
The favorite on the street is Bianca to win. That's why I feel in my heart, I believe it's too early for Sasha to lose the belt. And Bianca has more than many years ahead of her. She is the next level, the next face of the company. I just hope it's not now, so I'm going Sasha to win.
Okay. Rob?
Sasha retains.
This guy's sitting in my brain. I don't know why.
I'm going the opposite to what the word on the street is.
I'm agreeing with him again.
Okay. I'm going EST, baby. It's Bianca's time.
Once again, I wouldn't be mad at it.
It's her time. They've built her up enough.
Big time. They built her up. They've had her do extra.
And they were tag team together, so they did the turn on you and can they coexist crap, so we'll see. All right, main event at night one, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre. Sean?
You want my heart's telling my heart in my head?
Who will WWE?
I don't care who wins. I really don't care. So on that point, I'm going to go. Drew gets it back.
All right, Rob.
I was actually hoping he would have picked Lashley because I hate Lashley, and I wanted to go against him for a change.
Well,
do it.
I'm not going to go against you just because I want the other guy to win.
You're going Drew as well. I'm going to go Lashley. I think they've built him up as a monster, as a big force finally, and his moves are pretty destructive. I think Drew I think they put on a great fight because it's the main event, but I think Lashley retains. Night.
And then you've discussed the whole Brock scenario.
Well, that's what I would say. The winner, that would come after the night two, at the end of night two. So, all right, night two. Women's Tag Team Championship. Nia Jax, Shayna versus whoever wins on SmackDown. The tag team.
Nia Jax, Shayna. I don't care who.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who they're facing, I'm going to go agree.
Yeah. I think this is the culmination of the angle they've been working up. Reginald and Nia with their little relationship crap, which I love you guys. Oh boy. But Shayna hates it. Shayna has hated the fact that Nia gives all the attention to Reginald, which one of the streamers I watch calls him Simpinold, which I think is hilarious because he's simping for Nia Jax. So
not wrong. Simp.
Yeah, so Simpinold interferes, costs them the championship, and whoever wins SmackDown wins, and they finally break up Nia and Shayna. Maybe they even fight each other. All right. United States Championship, Riddle versus Sheamus. Does Riddle get punished for forgetting his line the other night? Which they say was part of the angle. They say that was part of the angle. I don't know if that's a cover up or
I wouldn't put that past them.
But it definitely fits his stoner gimmick. So all right, Sean, Riddle or Sheamus?
People have been punished for a lot less there.
Yeah.
Sheamus.
All right, Rob.
Sheamus.
I don't see a reason for Sheamus to win, so I'm going storyline once again to give Riddle more solidarity to why he's the United States champion by beating someone who's been a lot of champions. So I'm going Riddle.
There you go.
Friend versus friend for the 8 millionth time. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn.
KO wins.
All right.
I want Sami to win. I hate KO.
I'm wanting KO. I want KO. He's always, Sammy's got the big controversy thing, and heaven forbid the stupid Paul brothers get involved.
Look at KO's record. KO Mania. Hello. KO has a record at WrestleMania.
And there's rumor that those Paul brothers will be involved too. So
who?
Jake Paul and the other one.
Oh, right.
Because he was there the other night. Now, here's the thing, and I'm not a fan of either one of those pricks, but if they were to be, and they are legit boxers, they are. I got to give them credit. And some of the other boxers are actually giving them credit for, training and being pretty decent too. They're just assholes. But, and people like it. I think if there's any place for characters like them, it's WWE. Not legitimate fighting. It's stage fighting where they're influencers. They're social media heroes. So if you're going to put Bad Bunny in there because he's, the highest seller on Spotify and all that stuff and very popular, the Paul brothers make sense in WWE, unfortunately. So I'm going KO. Intercontinental Championship, Big E, Apollo Crews.
I think, first off, I'm going to they're both deserving. They're both really deserving. I'm really digging the whole new Apollo thing. I love the fact Apollo's committed now into the character. Apollo is feeling it. It's different. It feels different. I'm going Apollo. They're going to give Apollo finally
all right
what he's worked for. He wins. Apollo.
I can finally go against Sean and say that Big E's going to keep or win.
All right. I'm kind of torn here because I think Big E is in the same mold as Cesaro right now. I would love to see Big E, even though I think he's Raw. Big E versus Bobby Lashley. I think those would be some good matches. Two big guys.
Yeah, it would be. That'd be really good.
So if Big E would have to drop the Intercontinental Championship, they're really trying to build Apollo Crews. So I'm going to go Apollo Crews with the upset and take the title. So Big E can maybe get in the main event picture for a little bit.
Same here. Apollo at this point really needs that.
Yeah, and they do really drag out whoever's in the world title picture way too long, in my opinion. So to see someone like Cesaro, Big E finally get their opportunities up there with the other guys, I dig it. All right, there's big questions about this fight. What's it going to be like? Who's going to get involved? But The Fiend versus Randy Orton.
The Fiend versus Randy Orton.
It's not here. What I mean is it's not clear on whether it'll be a normal match or another cinematic match.
I'm guessing cinematic. I'm just going to assume it's cinematic.
But do you take you take the Fiend away from the fans? The first time you have fans?
Maybe, hopefully, okay, with that in play, hopefully it's a bit of both. Maybe the beginning of the match or the end of the match, cinematic.
Maybe they tricked out that boat so they could fight in the boat and people can still see it.
Like something has to be cinematic because they need to pull off the Alexa Bliss supernatural shit. It's got to happen.
I hate the fact that they will, but they probably will. I think Alexa's ruined the Fiend for me.
Alexa's going to be the reason why the Fiend wins somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Alexa's going to be the difference maker, and
Randy spicks black oil.
Randy Orton's going to look dead. He's going to be like,
They said they wanted to kill him after he burnt the Fiend. So, all right, Rob, Fiend or Orton?
Well, I like Orton.
All right. I'm going to say Fiend. I really hope it's a fight in front of the fans, but because the entrance for the Fiend, how big were the entrances for the Fiend before? Like, we haven't seen this new form's entrance yet. He's just come out through the ring or appeared somewhere.
How do you like this? Since we haven't seen the Fiend, imagine if the Fiend or Alexa does supernatural shit, yada yada. I don't know how they get to it, but imagine if the Fiend took off his mask and he ended up being another wrestler. Well, it's not actually Bray Wyatt. My mind would go boom.
Well, let me this theory that's been out there that the whole time this new Fiend is Bo Dallas, his brother.
Yeah, I thought of Bo Dallas, but then that was my very first.
They haven't shown his face. They won't really close up on his eyes or anything either. It's really quick.
But are they? Is it because? But then the reason I stopped that theory in my own head, I never heard that theory like through anywhere till now, till you just saying it. But the reason I got rid of it right away out of my head was the fact that he doesn't have the body type unless.
Well, look at the outfit. There's a lot of extra on that outfit to try to sell it looking bigger, and he does look a little slimmed down than the old Bray really was.
Then you got a point there.
So it could be because you have look at the arms. There's all that extra crap on the arms.
Like
the chest plate is really big.
Like he's fighting extra tasty, crispy chicken.
Or if that Fiend is out there,
poke him from behind, and there's the real Bray Wyatt, and then he kills Randy.
Yeah, or you have both Fiends out there, maybe. Who knows? When the original Fiend comes out, people are like, what the hell? And the other one unmasked to be Bo or something. I really think they're not going to do anything of that. They're going to use the whole Alexa Bliss thing. Yeah. I'm hoping that Randy dispels whatever Alexa does somehow and has some kind of counter, like someone to finally beat up Alexa. It would have to be a woman because, 2 weeks ago, you can't have Randy Orton beating the shit out of little Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was like, well, they're not going to have him just RKO the hell out of her and bloody her. They're not going to let that happen. So maybe Randy gets someone to take out Alexa so he can win if Orton wins. I don't know.
The only reason I got to the point of the extra Fiend because I was watching on the network. They've been playing old WrestleManias all week. I don't know what WrestleMania was, but there was Crush versus Doink, and the other Doink was underneath the ring, and then it connected all with me then and there. I'm like, oh my God, imagine if the Fiend wasn't the Fiend.
Oh, the other thing I forgot.
That's how my brain got there.
I forgot to mention that the Apollo Crews Big E match is a stipulation match. It's a Nigerian drum match.
What the hell's that?
That's the question. No one knows. So they're saying, is it just no holds barred? Is there going to be these drums around that they can attack each other with or something? Will it be all dressed up? Is it another one that's going to be cinematic? I forgot. It's a Nigerian drum match
where you got to hit each corner.
Oh, the four post.
What's that called?
Like those. Well, they had those. They were like they were bull rope matches where you had to drag them around and touch chain matches too. Like they were like
like you have to touch each corner to win.
Maybe a drum in each corner. You got to play a beat on a drum.
A drum when you beat it glows.
And Drum Monkey is a special guest referee.
Yeah. Like when you hit the drum, it glows, so you know that one got hit, but you have to do 4 in a row. If you don't make 4, they all start over. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So we are up to a Raw Women's Championship, and as much as I'd hate to see Asuka lose, she's going against Rhea Ripley, and I think it's Ripley's time, just like it is for Bianca.
This is the match that I feel the most confident about saying Rhea wins.
All right, Rob.
Well, we all know how much WWE hates Sokka, but I like her.
I love Asuka too, and I think she's hilarious. Now, this is also the match where the rumor of either Becky returning or Ronda Rousey coming back. So now that there's fans, I wouldn't put it past either one of those, or it'd be great if both came out at some point after the match is done or something.
I hope Ronda first.
Final match, Universal Championship, Roman Reigns, Edge, and Daniel Bryan. We kind of already talked about it, but go ahead again, Sean.
I think I want Edge to win in my heart. I really, really do, even if he held the belt for 4 months. But it's not going to happen. Roman Reigns wins.
Rob?
Edge is Canadian. My son's mother's favorite wrestler. he does deserve it. It would be a good send off to the end of his career kind of deal because it's going to be close soon enough. I'm sure. I'm surprised he's even back, but I don't think they're going to give him a belt. So I'm going to say Reigns.
So I mean, it would be great to see Edge do the old
I don't think they're gonna.
John Elway get the championship and retire as champion,
it'd be a feel good moment.
Or something like that, But he still has. I mean, he has a lot more in him. So maybe they're going to put him in more angles with somebody. Maybe this starts. I'd like to see if you're going to lose a big match like this. Maybe it starts an angle with somebody else. Like maybe him and Daniel Bryan really go at it, and we see a program with just those two for a while after this.
I would love to see. There's a dream match for you right there. Like you said, a program they could run for 4 months or something. Like that'd be amazing.
I'm gonna stick with my original plan. Roman Reigns wins, Bobby Lashley comes out, and Brock Lesnar's music hits. So that's how I would end Mania.
I hope we're all wrong on the Brock Lesnar thing, and I hope like we discussed yesterday, Blaze, that it's even somebody different. The Rock or I'd even take Cena. I really would.
Yeah, they've been trying to get the Rock versus Reigns at some point. I think that's a Mania match, so we might not get it for another year. I don't know if they're going to do a whole year worth of build up for it, but
that would be a Mania match.
And it's based on the Rock's TV and movie schedule. If he's making a movie, it ain't happening.
Do you remember that time when they try to get Roman Reigns over and they had The Rock come out and the opposite happened? They booed.
Yep, and Cena has his TV show now too. Cena has his TV show that
I didn't even know that.
It's funny enough. It's on TNT. So during Dynamite, you got commercials with John Cena in it.
What kind of show is he doing?
I forget the name of it, but it's like one of those obstacle course shows.
So basically, didn't The Rock do one of those shows?
Forget the name of it. I'm gonna find out real quick.
I think The Rock did one of those shows.
Wipeout. It's called Wipeout. Cena's really promoting the hell out of it. And it's funny because they have these big red balls everywhere, and that they jump on and jump over and stuff.
Show.
So they said
it's a great show, like for it to already be like a thing. For it to be, it's already established, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
And as they brought it back, the saying right now is the big red balls are back.
Nice.
So I kind of
love it.
So that's where he's doing. So he's kind of involved too. Not to say he couldn't make an appearance or something. Like there's already, I've seen some articles saying that besides the questions on whether or not we get a cinematic match with Fiend or what the hell's the Nigerian drum match, is that who's going to be the big surprise. They've already said, I've seen some articles where they're guaranteeing some kind of big returner surprise. It's just who is it and when will it happen? If they don't do anything, that's a shame because it's WrestleMania.
Please let it be The Rock.
So that is WrestleMania both nights and SmackDown.
There you go. We got a little extra WrestleMania predictions in. Kind of cool.
I think if you don't end Mania with tune into Raw because this happened, there's something wrong. If it's just Reigns holding the title up, or even Edge. I mean, if there's going to be anything that doesn't really do it, it'd be Edge holding the title up.
Well, let's face it. The biggest Raw of the year is the next Raw after WrestleMania, right? That's their restart.
Yeah.
button.
Well, the go home show's normally big too, and it was this year.
Maybe they're saving it all for. I'm just saying it out of hope.
Tonight's SmackDown. If they're going to do anything to make people tune in, it'd be tonight. If it's just a bunch of hype for the matches we already know and everything, then I think they dropped the ball big time with SmackDown.
I think that's where we're headed. I think that's what we're going to get.
And that's all in a nutshell.
I won't be watching the show.
What's that?
I don't have cable.
Oh.
I won't be watching SmackDown. I missed all this stuff.
Truth is, the last year, I've only watched bits and pieces of Raw and SmackDown, matches here and there, sometimes an hour, sometimes a full show, sometimes 10 minutes. It depends on my mood. I am getting back into wrestling. As you can see, my first ever review, thanks to you guys. So I appreciate the help, and we'll do more of these. I just don't know when or what or where, because, that's what I do.
If you're around Monday afternoon would be a good time to do a review of the whole weekend of SmackDown and WrestleMania.
When?
Monday.
Monday. Yeah, Monday. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe
like Monday afternoon around the same time or something. There's not really much going on. That'd be a good time to kind of recap
that sounds
it.
like a great
Sunday
idea.
would be awesome because I never work.
And here's what happened and what we thought. And here's how disappointed we were. And this was shit. And this didn't work out. My expectations are really low this year, so I hope they blow it away.
I just won't have a bunch of spot notes, just like you said, good and bad things, because since there's so many matches, what we liked about the match, what we didn't like, and then move on.
Well, hopefully they give us big talking points. That's the idea behind Mania. I mean, I think about the old Nitros and the old Attitude Era Raws. When Tuesday hit, I mean, there wasn't social media back then, but when you go to school or when you went to work, it was like, holy shit, you see what the NWO did last night? Or did you see who just came over from WWE? Or did you see what WWE did back to them? You know, I'm hoping for something like that.
Talk, yeah.
I'm hoping for something like that. You know, give us some newsworthy stuff for us to talk about to keep the interest going. Don't just end like normally a lot of these feuds and stuff end at Mania and we get new stuff, new people, and some call-ups on Monday. But I'm already hearing that we might not get a lot of call-ups on Monday because they're still in the Thunderdome. You don't have a bunch of fans. We're not in an arena. So why would you bring up Adam Cole?
Total sense.
Or why would you bring up Io Shirai and you know Adam Cole and people like that when people aren't going to pop?
Why even bother? It'd be a waste.
We'll see.
It would be a waste. Like wait 6 months.
I'd still like to see a big comeback from somebody or someone we haven't seen for a while or something. A surprise.
With that theory of no call-ups yet on Monday or whatever, it'd be cool. Like you said, the more fans we get, the more call-ups there are. Like I'd rather have a surprise here and there during each supercard pay-per-view. Like, oh, here's so-and-so. They got a call-up. Like I like surprises throughout. Then all at once get a call-up. Boom, here's everybody new. I don't know.
There's Cassandra, Firestar, showing up at the end.
Hey, how you doing, Cassandra?
Coming soon to the DWS, Firestar.
There you go. Boom.
I'm in my own laboratory trying to help her out.
Yeah, so yeah, that sounds good. If you guys, Rob, do you work Monday?
Yeah, I work till 5.
Okay. So Blaze, things you liked and things you didn't like for each match.
I'm afraid it's going to be a lot of things I don't like, but we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, then I'll have to limit him to 2.
Yeah. I'm afraid I have a lot to bitch about.
The worst.
You give a person a choice, they'll take them both.
Yeah, like I said before, I'm more and more each week. More AEW, more AEW, more AEW.
I'm not against AEW. It just I don't know the.
I think it's secretly owned by Vince.
No.
Oh, jeez. I've heard that. That's like a Damian Hernandez response.
Did Damian just walk in? Damian, you took over Rob's shit.
I caught him on another. I caught him on another panel stream once, and I said, you know, he's always like, "Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up."
I've been teasing Richard with that theory the whole time, and he's saying not, and I don't honestly believe it. I just said
what you're saying is Damian's whack comebacks because he's always good for some whack comebacks.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up." That's him trying to think of a whack comeback.
Hold up.
I called him the YouTube whipping boy at somewhere because I've seen him in a lot of these sports streams and stuff, and he literally asks for it almost all the time coming into streams. Cassandra knows, she's laughing. He does.
He literally asks for it and he gets it every time.
He's been around for a good year or so. Same thing with Firestar and them, and a lot of the group streams and a lot of these just talk streams and stuff. And he's Damian. I've seen him on some of the sports streams with Big Simple and I still want to call him Skins Fan all day because he was Skins Fan. But those guys do sports talk. They do sports talk panels like this, and Damian's in there, and it's just ragdoll and Damian. Like, what's Damian going to say stupid next? So it's always good.
But he keeps coming back for more. They keep pulling him back in.
Yeah, and he's playing along, so that's good for him. Good for him to put up with it and give people their entertainment. All right, that's it for me.
Yeah, same here. Thanks, guys. Take care. See you all later. Thank you for joining me. This is Monster Sports Entertainment, night 2 of review. Me and McCoy will be back Monday for WrestleMania breakdown of what we like, what we didn't like. Let us know. Comment, yada, yada. You know the whole thing.
Next time.
See everybody.
Next time.
Peace. Bye, everybody.
All right. Ciao, guys.
Bye.